Today we have the OnePlus 5, thanks to Brightstar for loaning us this for a review, and let us unbox this thing. We have this beautiful slate gray phone which shouldn't turn... Okay, why do I have an iPhone in my hand?
What the f is my phone?
Did they switch it again?
Give me back my damn phone.
Yeah, I know they look the same, but like, seriously, guys? Anyways, let's just continue. So we have the OnePlus 5 here, OnePlus. It's basically this beautiful phone that is meant to kill flagship because it's cheaper. Now, in the box you have your standard warranties, manual, SIM slot pin. You have this nice little letter from OnePlus that says, "Thank you for choosing us." You have the iconic dash charger from them, and of course their Type-C cable, which is a lot thicker than normal because it needs to accept better amperage. Now, talking about the OnePlus 5, officially Brightstar has said that this costs $2,388 for the 6GB RAM, 64GB storage version, and $2,688 for the 8GB RAM, which is absurd, and the 128GB storage space. There is no ability to expand because there's no micro SD slot. Now, this phone is a Snapdragon 835. It has a 5.5-inch screen. It still has the same 1080p screen, basically, that the 3T has, so do not expect high resolutions, but you don't really notice it that much. Some other things to note is now has Corning Glass 5, so this thing will be a lot less likely to break. It is a bit more secure and runs Android 7.11 Nougat. As someone who uses a OnePlus 3T, this phone is very similar, except for the fact that it actually has a better camera now. It has a dual 16 megapixel and 20 megapixel camera, which means you can shoot pictures which will allow you to focus in the front and have the background blurred as if you have an SLR camera. On the front, you have a 16 megapixel camera, and this phone has a 3,300 milliampere battery, which is slightly smaller than the last one, but still runs long-term for about 18 hours on average, and on a bit more heavier use, 8 to 12 hours. It still has a dash charging so that the phone will still last 1 hour, 2.5 to charge fully, and I think this phone is pretty good. I don't find it very surprising because I've used the 3T, but for its price range, even though it's slightly more expensive, it's still a good mid-range phone. Design-wise, I'll give it an 8. Features would be an 8. Performance is 9. Camera is a 9. Battery is an 8. And price is an 8. So overall, I would say 8.5 out of 10. If you already own a 3T, for example, there is no point buying this phone. But if you are in the market for a mid-range phone and cannot afford the flagships, do look into this. If you like these types of reviews, please give us a like, comment, and subscribe. And check out our other videos on thelevel.my. We better not be using any of these footage because I'm still in my shorts.